What do you feel like I know that some people, there's a barrier there when it comes to like really allowing God to himself, reveal himself to them. There's a block there, whether that's fear, whether that's past experiences. What do you think makes people more open to having that revelation and that relationship with God?
I think when we wrote the book, each chapter was meant to help open listeners to a different way that God reveals himself, because you're right, there are blocks. We've
Yeah,
not been taught to look for God, but maybe in one or two different ways. Like if
right,
you grew up in church, then you're taught to look for him in church or
right,
in the Bible. And those
right.
are fine. Those are
Yep.
great. Those are traditional ways, but there's other ways, like looking for the God who reveals himself in nature. I have friends who do not experience God's presence while they're inside any four walls, but
Wow.
if they're outside, they most certainly experience God's presence, and it's a legitimate way to experience God's presence. And I think sometimes we fear that he won't reveal himself to us, like there must be
Right,
something wrong, like we must be the one and only person in the entire universe that God wouldn't reveal himself to, even
right.
though he says he does. Or
Hmm.
two, we just haven't been taught. And so the book goes through chapter by chapter many of the ways, and we could have kept going because God
Yeah.
reveals himself in art, he reveals himself in beauty, in mathematics, in
Yes.
science, and all these different things. But we chose some of the more common ways that people can easily go out in nature. For example, put your feet in some sand, take
Yeah.
off your shoes, stand in the middle of a forest. God will reveal himself. I guarantee it.